One more time. We back again, family. We got a good show coming tonight. I was thinking about some stuff. I like to take the calls. So for some people who don't know, I've been taking this research, doing it for about 10 years. I do my relationship forums. I hold my men's meetings. I do my research, and so a lot of times I don't give my opinion a lot on this show. And so what I had to learn is I do have to start explaining to people where I come from, what my angle is, how this show comes together. So this show comes together because what I do is research based. So it comes from the barbershop and the hair salon. It comes from people like yourself. I had to learn that when people say there's two sides to a story, I don't necessarily agree with that because I can prove and back up what I say because I end my show the same way every time. When I say you could take this, you could this, you could try this, take it to the barbershop or take it to the hair salon, I want you to test it. Hey, Auntie, what's going on? So when I tell you to test this information, you have to do some work. You can't sit here and listen to me and understand the experience of 3 to 5,000 other people who have different social, economic, religious backgrounds. So these people have given me this information over a period of time. Hey, babe, what's going on? Wifey is on in the house. Yeah, so if you're on YouTube, I see the numbers. Just throw a hands up or say, hey. So when we put this information together, a lot of times I watch a lot of YouTube videos. My wife and I, we sit up, when we stop the video and we try to grow what we do so that when we talk to people, when we talking to couples, we can have more information than the average person. So it's hard to give somebody experience. So we all have talked to our children, or we have been a teacher and talked to the students, or we have been an elder trying to talk to younger people. The problem with that is you can leave that knowledge, you can put it in the best way possible. If you take the best Japanese spokesperson known to mankind and give them a Spanish crowd, the crowd won't understand them. So it's not the translation is the communication is lost in translation. So tonight we want to talk about is your filter clean? So the what we showed on the caption before you clicked on, it was about filters. So the filter goes to the HVAC. So what a filter does, it is extracts what you do not want. So if you have coffee, it takes the coffee beans out and it'll give you the juice that comes from the coffee bean. But what I used was the HVAC system. I used the filters that go to our HVAC that runs our air and our heating unit. When you're talking to a person, you have to understand that they listening to you from through their filter. The filter extracts what you do not want. I'm gonna say that again. If you're talking to an elder, if you're talking to a brother or sister, your mother or your father, a good friend, if you're talking to an associate, a co-worker, if you're talking to an enemy, they're listening to you through their filter. If they have not cleaned that filter, if they have not checked that filter, they're going to improperly take out what they do not want, not the message that you're trying to send. I go through this often in my life. So what I have had to learn to do because I had an opportunity to be so gracious, to be so humble, to be able to speak to so many different people. I have to give people room to be human. And when I do that, I have to understand that they listening to what I'm saying through their filter. Just as you watching this today, I don't know where you are. I don't know your background. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you're currently going through. But I have to know that when I put this information out here, I want you to take it. I want you to test it. And I want you to try it. And I want you to go to people that you respect. And I want you to sit down with this video. And I want you to talk to them and see if this has some common ground. Is this something we can grow? You might have something that you can add because this is not the end all, be all, cure all. This is just a way on what's happening, how to proceed, why you should do it, when you should do it, and how you should do it. But that can all be changed. So when I ask you, is your filter clean? I've been taking a lot of calls. I go through a lot of things. So when I'm listening to people tell me their stories, when they go through their trials, their tribulations, their inhibitions, their insecurities, a lot of them are professionals. Most of the people that I talk to, they're 35 to 75. Okay, so they're the upper. These are the elders. These are the more seasoned individuals. Okay, so a lot of times in the barbershop, I had a lot of people bumping heads. But again, I had to learn that they were coming and having things processed through their filter. So when I'm talking about the filter, you have to understand that if somebody's making you upset, if it's on the job, if it's mom or dad, brother, sister, your husband, cousin, whoever it is, you got to give them room to be human. Because understand, we all have a filter. And if you haven't checked your filter, okay, let alone changed it out. So when I say change out your filter, you have to understand that there are tools and resources and skills and things that you have to have before that filter is clean. You have to change it. You can't just check it. Most people don't even know that they're looking through life through their filter. So when they say they're keeping it real, or they say they're speaking their truth, if they say they're telling you how they feel, that's all coming through their filter. So what I have had to learn is I had to check my filter first. First, you have to know that you have a filter, and everything that you do and say is coming through your filter. So what I had learned is the things that I do and say have come through my filter of dealing with you, your mother, your grandfather, your sister, your cousin, your brother, your mom, your dad. So I get a plethora of experience and information. And I have learned through my filter that I cannot expect for somebody to sit down and have a conversation with me and understand what I'm saying when I have changed my filter time and time again. And my information comes through people who have given me their experience. And most of them don't even know they have a filter. That's why I say I want you to take it. I want you to test it. I want to grow this. So I want everybody to know that you do have a filter. And so do I. My filter, I try to change it often, and I'm still wrong because I'm human. So we want y'all to understand that that filter is very, very important. I recently had an experience. So somebody called me. They were upset with me, and they just jumped off the handle for no reason at all. I don't even speak to this person on a regular basis. But again, because you all have taught me that sometimes it's not about me. That person is going through something. They have a family. You know, it could be a husband or a wife. It could be mom or dad. They're taking their filter and they're processing this information. If their filter is clogged, or if they don't even know that they need to change that filter, herein lies the problem. So I want to help everybody understand that when you're talking to somebody, be careful how you perceive, because sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes it's all about them, their insecurities, their inhibitions, their setbacks, their trauma, their triggers. So that filter is going to extract the things that you do not want. So I'm just wanting everybody to understand that in our relationships, understand that there's a filter. And if you understand what a filter is, go and check your HVAC. Okay. I change mine quite regularly because of my past. If you've ever had to buy an HVAC system, you will understand what a filter is, because the first thing that the HVAC professional is going to tell you, change that filter every 30 days. So if you go on 3 or 4 years and you haven't checked or changed that filter, you'll be buying an HVAC system real soon, and it's very expensive. So buying a new HVAC system is kind of like changing a relationship where you can have 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years of a relationship, and then you lose that person because you never checked that filter. You never changed that filter. Excuse me. So I'm putting the filters out here because I look at Facebook, I look at the Instagram, I look at the TikTok, I look at my family, I look at both sides of my family, I look at myself, I look at my wife, I watch my daughters move. And sometimes it's just they don't even know that they need to change that filter. So I want to put this out here because communication is lost in translation. If you truly want to understand somebody or yourself, understand that the filter extracts what you do not want. So when you're talking to somebody, understand what they don't want to hear. Okay? If it's your grandmother, your grandfather, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your husband, your cousin, your wife, your siblings, whatever it is, understand they just human. If they haven't checked that filter and you trying to progress and you trying to grow, you need to check your filter first and make sure that you're receiving them properly. Because if you can hear them, if you can understand them, if you can translate what they're saying, if you're not being biased and you're not being judgmental and your filter is clean, you're probably having a good conversation, but that could just be on your side. So you need to make sure that that individual that you're talking to understands that their filter is going to extract what they do not want. So we're going to keep this one short tonight. I just wanted to put this one out here because I was hearing a lot of things. So I went through some stuff myself. So we been talking about communications lost in translation. So I'll just put this one out here for tonight, just so there's something to think about. Again, I want you to take this. I want you to test this, and I want you to try this. Take it to the barbershop, or take it to the hair salon. Take it to the job, or take it to the church. Remember, you don't have to like it, believe it, or understand it. Sometimes you just have to respect it. This is the Clipper Dome Chronicles. Thank you.